The Guardians will wrap up a series with the Giants today, and I said on yesterday's show, guys, that the Guardians are playing a 12-game stretch against maybe the four worst teams in baseball, certainly four of the worst six. And they needed to win 9 or 10 games, in my opinion, because they're under 500. I know the American League's not that good, but still, you got to start winning. They won the first game in nice fashion against the Giants, but yesterday an absolutely horrible loss. Parker Messick once again goes out and pitches his you-know-what off. He was sensational. He gives up the 2-out single to Bericoto off the glove of Rocchio. I shouldn't say. I mean, it was off his glove, but I'm not saying like he misplayed it. Even if he had fielded cleanly, probably it would have been a hit anyway. But, I mean, all this guy is, every game, he pitches great, and they win only half the time he pitches.
Crazy.
Yesterday's game kind of summed up the Guardians. First of all, I know people are angry about the lineup. I think Joe Adell's banged up. He left the game early two nights ago.
That's why he couldn't play. He was
hurt. Yeah. But why is Chase DeLauder not in the lineup? I know Tugboat, who was a former Guardian, is a lefty. They pulled him after 2 innings, which was weird. But I don't care that he's a lefty. Chase DeLauder is one of your best players. Like, we got to have some consistency in this lineup.
Yeah, I think he's banged up too. So
I guess if he's back in the lineup today, maybe that's it. You're right. He is a little banged up.
That's the explanation. You wouldn't have Patrick Bailey at the plate and Petey Halpin at the plate in the 9th inning. Now, you shouldn't get there. You're leaving guys on base. You're doing the same thing.
That's true. But you know what? If they're that banged up, I mean, then get somebody else up here.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's a tough situation, but that was just a brutal. To not be able to score a run, and once again, Messick pitches a gem. The guy's a Cy Young contender. And to lose another game where he pitches great, it's unbelievable.
Well, this is a microcosm of what I've been trying to say for 3-4 months. I get that our division is not that good. I get that, teams aren't going to run away with it. But, just because you ain't running away from it or they're not that good don't mean they don't look at you the same way.
That's true. You're right.
They look at us like food and dinner. They're like, okay, well, listen, all we got to do is put a couple runs. If I'm playing the Guardians, I'm excited. You know why? I said, look, they got some great front of the rotation guys, Messick and Gavin Williams, and if they deal, we just going to tread waters, guys. Tread water, because here's what we can do. If we can get a couple of runs here or there, I guarantee they ain't not going to get no runs. So, hey, let's go out here and keep scrapping and make the game murky and get a couple runs, whether it's from errors, whether it's from timely hitting, whatever the case may be, and you can beat this team. So it just seems like one of those years where last year I think we got fooled a little bit to think that, we could be 12 down and still come back. Nah, I don't work that way every year. Sometimes these games, that 5 right here, Bull, that 5.5 games, that might as well be 12.
Yeah,
it feel like 12.
Yeah, I mean, they're only a game and a half out of the wild card, but there's like 7 teams for that last wild card.
Yeah,
so I'm certainly not giving up on the season, but I've been confident all year that they would win the division, and I'm losing my confidence.
Sure. I've lost mine.
Yeah.
If my public school math is correct, that's now 30 times that they've scored either 0 or 1 run in a game. And that's not a playoff baseball team.
No, it's not.
It's awful. And in the 8th inning, you have your leadoff hitter on and he gets to second base on the pass ball. You have Jose Ramirez and low up. Neither one of them can even put the ball in play to advance the runner and it's just.
It was a terrible.
It's a terrible watch, and you're wasting outstanding pitching efforts.
The thing I'm nervous about, Bull, is this: for once, the Guardians did do something at the deadline.
Yeah,
and
multiple things.
Yeah. What happens if it don't work? Like, I mean, this has not done anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not working because of those guys. Because Adell's been pretty good, Lowe's been pretty good. What's his name? The pitchers. I just drew a blank on the starting pitcher they got. Foster Griffin. He's pitched better every start. First start bad, second start okay. His last start was good. So it's not their fault. Those guys.
I just don't want it to be a negative.
Not winning.
I don't want it to be a negative reinforcement.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're right.
We did something that didn't work. We might as well have stayed pat and roll what we had. I don't want that to happen.
We're down and we're rightly down. However, they're still in this stretch.
Yes.
They had a terrible loss to a terrible Giants team that's been done since like March 15th.
Yeah.
But they're still in this stretch. Gavin Williams throws today.
Yeah.
Like they could still win 9 of this stretch.
Yeah.
And still
they can.
Right in
it's not over. They could turn it around, but you're running out of time.
They are not chasing down the 27 Yankees.
No. They certainly are not.
They are trying to stay afloat against a bunch of other really flawed baseball teams.
Yes.
Now they cannot leave this many guys on base. They have to score runs. But
And I got to give credit to the White Sox, man. I have said they're not going to be, and the Twins to some degree too. And the White Sox are at least 6 games over 500. Both teams have played way better than I thought, and I don't think they're any better than the Guardians, but they're playing better. That's all that matters.
I know this is, in baseball terms.
Yeah.
Would a good old-fashioned just veteran in the clubhouse go into the media and say, hey, look, we're playing bad baseball right now, but this ain't acceptable. We will get the sticks going. We will get it done. And kind of put a little fire on them. Like I know that ain't Hosey's role, and I don't know who.
He's the only one.
He's the only one that can do it. But I really feel like the young guys might rally around something like that. Like
it doesn't matter what you say if Jose doesn't hit.
That's the thing. But he has to be the lead dog when it comes to getting it done. And I think he's just still hurt.
Yeah, I mean, if he went out there and said we stink and I stink and if we don't start hitting soon, we're maybe. Couldn't hurt, but that's just not his style.
That's not
really,
his.
so
that's
I
not
can't see him
his
doing it.
Style.